Hello, everybody, and welcome back to. I don't even know if I'm going to say welcome back because I haven't done anything with Absolute Worldie for 2 years, and I think we're just starting over. I think it's just welcome to Absolute Worldie, just a complete knockoff of ESPN's Around the Horn, but for football and not the American kind. We are fresh off. We are fresh off a bunch of very exciting Champions League game, and then also we're pretty exciting weekend as well in the EPL. I didn't watch a lot of the other leagues. Like obviously I didn't watch the Eredivisie because you can't go that deep. I'm sorry. I like Ajax. I like Feyenoord. I like all of them. They're good. But there's the EPL and there's Bundesliga and La Liga and then maybe the Eredivisie. But I would say Ligue 1 kind of before
Yeah,
that.
That's even a stretch for me.
I think
Well,
if you got
we do need to preface this with Juan is an active MLS user, and
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
he is corrupted. But we will be checking in with you to make sure we get an update on everything happening in the Disneyland League. Thoughts on Champions League games? You guys won. I gotta say,
oof.
I don't know if Arsenal would have won that game either. Bodo Glimt played amazingly.
So here's the funny thing is that number 10
The
last
one
year
that
he was.
missed the miss.
Yeah, correct. But then scored the other the amazing one. Last year he was injured, and he was like a key factor in like why Bodo like lost against us before we went to the final. So had he
Okay.
played, would we have lost and never won the cup either?
I mean, I don't know if you guys would have played there because that it seems like their confidence, like at a home game, is out of this world. We just lost. We just lost one for a second. Rudy's trying to do something. I don't know what it is.
The stadium is crazy. Like the energy in these Champions League nights there, it's like unbelievable.
But it's also a
Yeah,
crazy drive up north. Like to me,
Yeah,
it is. I think it's in northern Norway, right?
yeah,
it's pretty
it's like
far.
nine
Let's
hours
look it
away
up on the
from like
map.
the main city.
Oslo.
Did it end 2-2?
Yeah, it ended 2-2.
Yeah, with a
Okay.
Carlson. What would you call that? Ricochet.
That's an old goal.
Did
I'm
he
gonna
take
call
his
that an
shirt
old goal.
off?
I don't think he scored that. And if they give it
And
to him,
then
that's being generous.
speaking of own goals, I think we should make a point to say that no Chelsea player scored in today's win against Benfica. It was
It looked like no Chelsea player played today against Benfica.
what's going on with Chelsea?
Oh my God! Did you see we got another red card in the last minute? João Pedro got
Yeah.
sent off because he fucking there's like I don't know, dude. They gotta let us play FIFA Street or something because we gotta like all we do like the last games we like capitulate as soon as we either go down or we get a man sent off. It's like a completely different like ball game. Like they
And
turn
that's
into
what happened.
children.
You guys lost a player on Saturday versus Bournemouth, right? Or no, it
At
was
Brighton.
Brighton.
I can tell you, I was about to go on stage. We were 1-0 up. I saw Trevor Chalobah get off. I hosted the show. By the time I got back, Danny Welbeck had scored twice in 2025. We lost 3-1. I think was United. I think we lost to United the game. Is it 2 weeks before? And Maresca
Yeah,
went on.
you guys have been on a tear of a losing tear.
And a lot of it is like due to like discipline issues. It's crazy. Like I don't want to get like I like Maresca, but like these play they like have no discipline. They
And
Are you really that worried? You have like 40 players on your team that can back that up.
no, but yeah, because we were missing to me our two most important players, our best defender and our best attacker. Levi Colwill got injured, I think, in the first 20 minutes of the opening game of the season, and Palmer's been nowhere. And we're like, we really look a little bit lost.
I will say this, and I have a hard time saying this. It's controversial, but Cole Palmer might be my favorite player in the EPL, even though
Yeah.
he's not an Arsenal player.
Ugh.
I love him so much. He's such a like a troublemaker. I love that about him.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck.
So right now, I want you guys to know that there is a dog fight happening behind my building for some reason, and then also my daughter is trying to get my attention, which is just kind of perfect storm for today's tech issues. Also, the camera on Juan's laptop right now looks like he's an apparition.
Yeah, for
It
real.
does.
And Daniel, you look like you're watching TV.
I look. So what is actually happening? There's a mouse running around the apartment floor in Amsterdam. So I've just got my feet like kind of like pitched up just because I ain't scared of it, but I don't want it to touch me
Mhm.
either. So
Yeah,
I'm
you don't
just
want to
kind
get
of
that
yeah.
Hanta virus. So then, I mean, going back to Bodo Glimt, you guys eked out a 2-2 tie, and this weekend, same thing. Fourth minute of stoppage time, João Paulinha,
Yeah.
lifesaver, tied the game. What's going on with Tottenham Hotspur? Are you guys in form? Are you guys cohesive? Is this a
I
blip?
still think that although adding Xavi Simons is it's great, right? But he's just not. There's still that creativity that's not there.
I
Like
think
it's
the biggest headline of the entire season right now for me is that every single premier like big names like the signing news of the transfer window, none of them have lived up to the hype.
no,
Xavi Simons, Gyökeres,
as a
what's the guy
Florian
from Manchester,
Wirtz,
the Manchester
Sesko,
yeah,
Benjamin
Sesko.
Sesko, Florian
It's almost
Wirtz.
like I think the best transfer that we've had so far at Arsenal has been Makuede, and now he's injured because Arteta likes to ground every player into a fine dust.
I think Zubimendi.
Yeah,
yeah
and those
Zubimendi
weren't.
He's sick.
He's been great, but those weren't the ones that like
broke the
everybody
bank
Yeah.
went nuts
either.
over. Yeah,
Yeah.
they went nuts over Gyökeres, and he's had one goal in I think a Carabao Cup game, or no, it wasn't even that. It was Emirates Cup.
Well, I guess same for Paulinho, right? Like we got him loan to buy or something like that from Bayern Munich, and he didn't even
Yeah.
play.
Yeah,
He didn't even play at Bayern Munich for the longest. Like
But what I will say about Paulinho, he played for Fulham and he was their best
yeah,
player.
but he
And
did. But
like,
going from that to not playing at all in the Bundesliga, let's say that that's like the EPL is the better, right? Better league.
yeah.
He sat on bench most of the year.
yeah.
So
But
Well, that's another one of those like benches that's like
yeah, so
you know
when we were
six
gonna
hundred
get him,
million dollars.
when we were gonna get him back, were we gonna get the Paulinho of Fulham, or were we gonna get I don't know a
yeah,
retiree that he was about to go to Saudi league?
Yeah,
I
which
think
is
I think like Urian Timber as well is a player that's like he hasn't had a bad game for Arsenal.
no,
He's been
he's phenomenal.
unbelievable.
He's a playmaker. He scores. He gets back for defense. I love him, and I don't think Arsenal's actually playing that well. I think we've eked out. I mean, the Newcastle game was like a complete fluke. Like everybody,
You think so? I think that what I will say about Arsenal is like the fact that they can actually like it's like one of the first seasons like that weekend everyone's dropping points. I actually thought during the first half that you guys actually had like sparks, and then the fact that you actually like I don't remember the last time I've seen Arsenal with backbone to actually like be 1-0 down and kind of pull what a Liverpool-esque comeback. And
no,
like
I totally. But it's like we got through on the only thing that we've gotten through over the last three seasons, which is set
set
pieces.
pieces,
It
yeah.
was two set pieces, right? Or yeah, it was two set
Yeah.
Two
pieces.
set pieces.
Yeah, two set
And
pieces.
that's insane how much money we've spent on a front line to not be able to create
Yeah.
chances. Mourinho and Gabriel, those are, it was Eze's goal kick or a corner kick, but it's like,
Yeah.
I think we should be able to create chances. The dude, I can't say his name right now. What's the guy for Newcastle with the model boy?
Voltamate.
Yeah,
Voltamade.
Voltman. He's awesome. He is a great player. I think that was one of their smartest signings.
I like what I found out with Voltamade. He scored two headers in his like professional career. He's 6'7". That was his
That's
second.
insane.
That was his second header in professional football. The last one was for Frank. Was it Frank or Stuttgart? Whichever one it was.
Have you seen his Instagram page? He dresses like you, Daniel. He
Oh, really?
is
He's got a
he's a
beautiful
fashion boy.
style. Good,
Yeah, he
nice.
wears
I
like
didn't
a lot
know.
of like fuzzy sweaters and baggy pants
Yeah.
and
You
baseball
if you
caps.
could
He
see
looks like
if wow. I had that was what I wore to the show. I have baggy pants on. I got the sweater and I had a cap.
yeah,
Um,
no, I thought of you when I saw his Instagram. I think one thing that we should bring up, which is just because we have a limited amount of time today, is I think the big news for today is Liverpool lost to Galatasaray. Which here's the thing I wonder about the Turkish league is it's like it kind of gets treated like the MLS, where it's like this retirement league. It's like where we send horses out to pasture.
yeah.
But at the same time, it's like they're always pretty competitive, especially on their home field. I mean, I think Turkey kind of gets overlooked in general. It's the most populous country, I think, in Europe.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
got a giant league.
but it's the same thing as like why we don't take it serious. It's because it's only three teams that are the most money, and it's kind of it.
But isn't that every league to some extent? I mean, maybe six in obviously aside from the EPL, which is like become there's a lot of parity, and this is actually the next thing I want to talk about. But I feel like I don't know, like Osimhen still looks like he's like ready to play. Like he looks like he's at top form, and
But
keep going.
I
What?
I think he only moved there because there was some sort of transfer break. He was meant to move to some top club, and then there was some sort of deal that like he had to go to Galatasaray because he didn't want to stay at Napoli. But to me, Osimhen is like he's a top striker. He's also like
Yeah,
28.
but then also, why doesn't he go to a better team than Galatasaray?
So
He's 26.
he's 26. So what I believe from my memory is on deadline day he had cut shit off with Napoli, had a full breakdown, and it was pretty much you gotta get you're not playing for Napoli. And then I think there was a move, wasn't it? Was it to Arsenal? It was. I think it was might have been an English club, but it fell through, and he
I
pretty much
think it was Chelsea.
it was maybe. It was some, but the Turkish deadline is, I think, a little bit later. So it was literally the only team he could have moved to. It was something weird like that because he's such a good fucking player. But I think
Oh, I didn't even realize they have Leroy Sané. Did
yeah,
Sané
Yeah,
play today?
I'm not sure. I didn't watch
But
the
they have
game.
Icardi.
Icardi
Yeah,
played.
I do think that you're right that there's like it's not a very competitive league. It's like Ligue 1 where it's like you have like PSG, Marseille, sometimes Lyon,
It's
sometimes
like if they're not playing each other, obviously they're going to be prepped to play these bigger teams, right? Your body's not getting battered as much
I
as
mean
the bigger
nothing's as
leagues.
competitive as EPL, and then I would say that kind of an even tie for Bundesliga and La Liga.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I would say that like I think also what should be said with the smaller leagues, like a Galatasaray Champions League game holds so much weight for those fans that like to make it as uncomfortable as possible for whoever's traveling in, especially in Turkey, like
It sounded
yeah.
like the Gladiator like Coliseum, like
No,
that
look,
booming.
I'll agree with that. That their stadium is wild, especially keeping
wild.
up Liverpool up at like 2 in the morning doing
Yeah,
fireworks, like outside of their hotel room.
it's so
And
funny.
it was a shit ton of fireworks. It wasn't like a couple, dude. They let off like Fourth of July
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, that's and they also did you guys see they couldn't uh keep the shot away from showing the pro-Palestine stuff, you know, in the EPL
I
how they
didn't
always
see
get it
that.
out of the shot.
Yeah,
In Galatasaray it was everywhere, so they had to show the
yeah.
pro-Gaza, pro-Palestine stuff. I think what I wanted to get to just really quickly was with Liverpool losing this weekend, is Crystal Palace that good or is Liverpool going through a dip?
Palace is that team.
Yeah, dude. They're playing inspired.
Their
Honestly, like
manager he's the real deal. To let go of your best player, they're 18 unbeaten. They're 18 unbeaten.
they're the only team unbeaten right now in the
They're
EPL.
the only 18. I think the last I don't know how many points they collected. They're like also to have Guehi literally on the last day almost go to Liverpool, your captain, and him to come back. The manager said the right things. Compared to like the man on a slot is like trashing his players publicly. Like this dude, it's like they feel like they got a little community going. I like it.
Is it a season or is it because you know it's like Leicester had that season or is this actually like building towards something?
No, I think they take a dip. I think they're just riding a high.
Hmm.
December will truly show because it's the hardest time of the year for the EPL. Right? They play a
Yeah.
game like every other day or whatever, every other 3 days or something like that. But I think they're riding a high, and I think they'll dip.
I
All right.
I think that like I think with how disappointing all the top teams look, even form
True, true,
wise,
true, true.
other than City, like City, I feel like I don't know, like I feel like they're gonna put a little run together. But I think if there was a little bit of season just for a little shake things up, who's Bournemouth are playing their ass off as well.
Yeah,
I
they're
I
like
think
playing like
Bournemouth
Bournemouth,
has been
Brighton, and Crystal Palace
competitive.
are all playing like crazy.
yeah, I kind of like it with Crystal Palace. I think if there was a season, take advantage of lethargy and also keeping like chemistry. Liverpool have like a brand new squad. Chelsea are underage. Arsenal, they're Arsenal. Yeah, top, well, I think,
Perfect. You mean
yeah,
perfect? Yeah.
perfect,
Perfect
Perfectly
team.
second place. Yeah.
perfectly
Yeah.
second. Where you guys? But I like Palace. I like a lot of their players as well.
What would you guys say is what's your highlight from the week? Like, what would you guys say, like, was your moment of this week's football? Obviously, for me, the Gabriel header in the last moments. I was driving through Ohio to West Virginia for a gig, and I almost crashed my rental car because I started fist pumping so hard that I lost control. Um, yeah, that would have been. I think that probably would have checked out with insurance.
Yeah,
What about
probably,
you?
yeah.
Juan, I can guess that it's the João Paulinho goal in the fourth minute of stoppage
I mean,
time.
yeah, because there was just so little time left, and I kind of didn't give a shit anymore, and I was at the bar like closing out. Right, I was kind of pissed.
Mhm.
Um, but also like, if I'm being honest, we didn't deserve this tie today, and we didn't deserve that tie on the over the weekend either. This isn't
Yeah,
like I'm excited because it happened, sure, and we didn't drop points, but I don't know.
that you're not inspired. You're not inspired by
No,
the way
not
they're
at all.
playing right
Not
now.
about my team. It seems like same old Tottenham, right? We buy new players, but
Daniel?
we still shit.
I had some successful hate watches, not a lot of good
Ooh,
watches. I think the winner for Palace against Liverpool, that got me after how many times Liverpool came back late. They equalized, and I just was like, they're gonna do it again. And then I got the notification. It was actually, I think it was in Nketiah, 96, 97 minutes. I feel like they needed that. They kept getting away with it, like just to bring them back. It's like, oh, you better like you guys gotta do something. You can't just rely on these last minute ditch efforts. So I had a really good hate watch.
I will say that that's kind of a great thing about the EPL is that there's enough teams that are competitive, is that either day of the weekend you can tune in and you can watch a game
Yeah,
hoping that one side loses,
Yeah.
which
yeah,
is that's I mean, and it's so funny that we've reached a point. I've been watching football long enough now that I'm not even surprised now when Man United loses. It's like
yeah.
not even it's
Oh yeah, dude, what's going on with them, bro?
Man United's getting into like the Wolverhampton kind of like Fulham area of like, they're just what are they right now? They're
Oh,
18th on the table. Speaking of Sesko, what do you think's going on with them? I think Amarin has to go. I can't understand.
he's taking
I
the piss
cannot
as well.
understand.
He's taking the piss. You can't go in the interviews and be like, guys, the fans, I feel you so much. You can change it. You got to do something. You can't be like, hey, I empathize with it. You got to do something, big bro. This is your job. You got to
Yeah,
do something.
he's still on his like trust the system shit, and
Yeah,
you're like,
come on. No, no,
bro,
no,
But
brother.
I also want to fault some of the players. Let's admit that
Terrible.
Bruno missing penalties lately
yeah.
have been, you know what I mean? Give it to Mbemo at this point. Like
Yeah,
he's clutch. Like you've missed now 3 in the whole league.
I think,
And if he would have scored those penalties, totally different atmosphere, right? When you
Hmm.
yeah,
miss it and then you get scored on, of course your morale goes down.
yeah. There's
Yeah,
also,
it seems like it's toxic there.
and also, like the first goal they conceded specifically against Brentford, it's like an over the top ball. Like it's going like I'm terrible at football. I don't have like, but even in high school, you learn to keep a line. You like I haven't seen in a top flight game in ages. Someone just like look up, kick the ball over, and you're one on one with the keeper. Like your line, that's not Amaron. That's not like that's just like
Yeah, that's not.
that's
Yeah,
just
just
not
bad
awareness of
defense.
your
And
pitch.
I guess since we have to do an abbreviated episode, you guys, this is our pilot episode of the new season, which there's never been a season before. Uh, it's just our pilot episode. Let's check in. I'm going to check in with both of you guys about your leagues that you unfortunately also follow. What's going on in the Eredivisie? Is Ajax still the main event? Is Eindhoven doing well? Where
So
where are we at?
well, I mean, we Ajax again. I keep up with their Eredivisie in terms of looking at the scores. Ajax just lost 4-0 to Marseille in the Champions League.
Marseille's good though. They have a
Ma-
Yeah,
rapist. They're
They
yeah.
doing,
have, and he scored,
yeah.
Scored, got an assist as well. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang scored a brace.
And also, I think Pierre Aubameyang, I think is 36 years old and did a front
30,
flip after the,
yes.
Holy shit! I
So
didn't
is
even
Danny
know that.
yeah.
Welbeck, who came to haunt. Chelsea, sorry, we lost to Danny Welbeck scoring a brace against us in 2020, 2025. Aubameyang is 36 and he's still doing it. Still doing it on the stage.
That's crazy.
But I
I didn't
believe
know that.
I feel like the Eredivisie is pretty close at the moment. I thought you might ask me this, so I did Google it just before, so I can tell you the standings. But yeah, Ajax is I believe third, and it's like 3 points difference at the top. seems to be doing okay. Ajax fans have been frustrated though. From the bars that
Hmm.
I've been around, there seems to be a little bit of, you can you see a fan that looks tired or exasperated or a little bit like that. That's the vibe I'm getting from the little Ajax fans around here.
And what do you think? Who's the standout right now in the Eredivisie? Who are you hearing the most about? The most good things? Is it PSV? Is it one of the other teams that I don't know because I only know four Eredivisie teams?
Honestly, that's like I feel like is it Feyenoord on top, and then there's the team with the where are they from? Is it Groningen? Nijmegen. The team from Nijmegen is actually, I think, having a pretty good season. Is that the team NEC? I just try to
No,
Google it.
your league is never going to be successful over there
Never. No.
if those are the kind of words that we have to pronounce. If we
Nijmegen.
have to learn how to say,
Nijmegen.
let's move off that because Donkevel, but it doesn't sound like there's a
No.
lot of news so far. What's happening in the the real retirement league? What's happening over in the MLS, Juan?
Well, where the goat plays, greatest of all time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He came
of
to the best
course.
league.
The
He
league
did it.
saved
He
him.
did it strategically. All right. He knew that if he can play at a solid level, the World Cup is his again, and then the
Yeah.
debate is done for
Hmm.
him or Cristiano Ronaldo.
I mean,
No,
I do think, I will say this. I think the Dutch league or sorry, the MLS is 100 times better than the Saudi league as far as like honor, quality of play, how often you have to walk over a dead body, like
Yeah.
those kind of things.
Women can come watch the game in the MLS as well. That's fun.
Yeah, that's another thing.
That's a good
I heard
thing.
that I heard in Saudi Arabia, it might have been Iran, people have to that sometimes female football fans will dress up like men, like they'll do like coffee grounds on their face and everything to look like
Really?
guys so that they can go
damn.
sit in the stadium. Yeah, and they'll be murdered if they get caught. But we all love football, so we understand that. Is there any news in the MLS?
I guess the only news I could honestly tell you is Busquets is retiring, so everyone's gonna go storm the stadiums now, right? Fake
Hmm.
Miami fans,
Yeah.
which they're
Yeah.
gonna go in about half an hour. Son's tearing up the MLS, and he proved that he probably left competitive football probably too early because it all looks
Hmm.
way too easy for him.
Yeah, I mean, that's enforcing my point about it being a retirement league. Um, But can you fill me in a little bit? This you might not have seen it, but there appears to have been some kind of altercation with the fans at the New York derby, Red Bulls NYCFC. Did you see this where one of the players stuck around on the field and kind of got into some what was that about?
So apparently he said something, as New York fans might, they probably pushed the insult a little bit too bad. So then obviously he was, emotions were high. They just lost and kind of invited him to fight him.
Did they fight? Was there a physical
No, no, no,
altercation?
no, no, no. They wouldn't let it get that far. Obviously the fans stayed up top, but
Hmm.
you can obviously tell that for American sports lately, we're not doing the best, right? Look at the Ryder Cup. I know we're gonna go into golf for a second. We threw a beer at Rory McIlroy's wife. So like,
I think it's a reflection of what's happening. I mean, Daniel, be very glad you chose where you chose and you didn't opt in for the South African refugee program
Yeah, for real.
because, I mean, it's like we are a cunt's hair away from a civil war right now. I mean, people are on edge. They're buying guns. The liberals are buying guns. I mean,
Wow.
it's a, it's a scary time to live in the
yeah,
U.S. and,
that's why I'm kind of okay going to football games here because they still don't give a shit, right?
yeah,
So
and
you
that's
have,
kind of that's the
Safe
right
haven.
people. Those
yeah,
are the
that's
people.
like that's my
I
safety
mean,
net there. But am I
you
gonna
might
go to
get
a
picked up.
Dolphins game? No, I'm not gonna do that
You might
recently.
get picked up by ICE because I think they are swarming the football matches.
I might get picked up by ICE going to Publix too, like at this
That's
point.
true. It'd be so funny if ICE arrested Messi.
Can you imagine? Wow.
I heard, I heard this today that they've lost 1,000 uh, detainees at Alligator Alcatraz. They just don't like.
They have no idea where they're at. Yeah.
Yeah, they like brought them there and they have no idea where they're at. So that's fun and not as funny because I'd like to keep this light. I have to go be a parent now, so I'm gonna have to step off. Any parting words? Anything? You guys, I think we have games next weekend, and then is it international break or
It's
FA Cup
it's
break?
It's
international, bro.
international. Yeah. So we give like a week off, week and a half.
You guys are playing Leeds. Leeds has looked decent, but I don't think I would be scared. Are you?
I mean, I don't know. The idea with today, we were supposed to beat Bodo Glint easy, right?
Yeah.
So who knows for Leeds, honestly.
Daniel, you have probably one of the bigger games of the season.
Yeah,
I'm going to say probably
easy dub,
realistically,
easy
yeah,
dub,
easy dub. Cole
easy dub.
Palmer. Cole Palmer.
He's
Uh,
injured as well, so fuck.
Yikes.
We got Steve though. Estavao, he's the truth. He's the only dude that I feel like it's a super Chelsea thing to grind out. I'm gonna say we're gonna win 2-1, and it's
okay.
gonna and it's gonna be and we're gonna do our. I'll say this on the caveat: if we finish the game with 11 men, we'll win. We'll grind it out. But anything's possible with us.
Yeah,
Anything will.
you guys are playing like Queens Park Rangers right now,
Joey
getting red
Barton
cards.
in every position. Unbelievable, really.
Well, this has been Absolute Worldly, a very non-professional approach to football commentary where we do talk shit. I want to shout out the commentary for the Champions League in American media. Some of the worst, most boring commentators, horrible puns. At one point, they said sloppy Prague after
Nice.
the Inter goal. If you guys want to hire me or any of us to actual do fun commentating, we are available. I'm Andy Haynes. You can check me out on all of my socials. Juan is half of Hermanos FC. Go check them out, along with his brother and our producer, who usually will be on the horn, Rudy Crown, and Daniel Yazbek. Where can people find you on the internets?
On social media, Daniel.Yazbek on my Instagram, and then pretty much that all around town.
And if you are in the Amsterdam area, which is all of the Netherlands,
Yes.
go check him out. He puts on an awesome show every weekend at what's the name of that
Clink
hostel?
Comedy Club.
Yeah, the Clink Comedy Club. Thank you guys for joining me. Thanks for doing this, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Peace,
Bye, guys.
guys. Have a good one.